touching on my baby.
I came in here for a good time, yeah. That keep your hands to your soft time. When I come around, just know it's mine. I'm the one to cause trouble tight.
So when you come close, my baby is a no. So leave my baby boo on the dance floor, cause my baby go slow. My baby want I'm here all night, oh don't you know?
Your body good to me. I don't want nobody touching on my baby. You say you're there for me. Anytime you want it, no, I am ready.
Don't waste no time whenever you call. I'm saving my love for you. I know just what you like. I don't want nobody touching on my baby.
I don't want nobody, body.
I don't want nobody touching on my baby.
Body.
I don't want nobody touching on my baby. Run, and you better run. And you better run, cause I'm packing a gun.
A gun, I'm coming in hot and I'm heavy.
What? That's a gun. My man, look for another one.
Alarm, I'll ring the alarm. Cause I don't want nobody touching on my baby. And if you think I'm going crazy, yeah, I might be. And don't you know that I don't call myself a lady? Hands up, back up, yeah. Cause I don't want nobody touching on my baby. Hapa duniani siogopi vitu vingi, kisirisiri naogopa kuwa cheesy. I'll take a risk on the ship if we're sinking. I admit when with you I'm not thinking. Mina we uanga benda kila weekend. Ndio maana si uchoma picha saa zingine. I'll take a risk, won't resist what I'm feeling. I admit when with you I'm not thinking. Hapa sasa moto imechacha, wanazuba kwa vile tashikana. Tabia zetu mbaya zafanana, pantambua usiku wa mchana. Yeah, we love so careless. No consequences. Yeah, we love so careless. No consequences. This truly feels like a high school fling. Kani meet and break to go week 13. Just turned 18, we text then delete on our mama's phones. You say don't be late, come 11 a.m. You're alone with the maid, so we meet at your gate. Then you sneak me in, do what we did. Then at 3:30, uningoje shema 3. Moto imechacha, wanazuba kwa vile twashikana. Tabia zetu mbaya zafanana, pantambua usiku na mchana. Hapa sasa moto imechacha, wanazuba kwa vile twashikana. Tabia zetu mbaya zafanana, pantambua usiku na mchana. Yeah, we love so careless. So careless. No consequences.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Hello. Oh my Lord, I have missed you. It's been a while. We've been out here trying to make Kenya a better country for us and everybody. Tumerudi kwenye studio. My name is Muthoni Gitau and you're listening to She Talks on Power Radio. I'm very, very excited to be back on this side of this mic. It has been a while, like I said. We have been doing the mostest and we're here for it. That song that just played is called No Consequences and it is by the only Rosa. My babe. And I'm not dedicating it to anyone because the consequences of your actions are finally catching up with you and I love it. Our politicians were so used to getting away with stuff. Not anymore. We are not letting things slide anymore. Today is Occupy MOH Day. Siku hizi hatuiti masiku venye tulikuwa tumezoea. Siku hizi zinaenda zikichange. So wherever you are, I hope you're doing something. I hope you are being defiant today. I hope you are standing up for something. You're doing your thing. Before that, the first song we listened to was Muthaka featuring Emma Cheruto, Touching on My Baby. I need to find a baby to be touching on me, especially over weekends. Unajua weekends. Unaona sasa like watu wameinfiltrate kila mahali. We go to the streets, they bring goons. We go home, we can't have a good time. Why? Tunafikiria too about the state of the nation at every corner, every turn, everywhere you go. But you know what? Mimi, I love how literally almost every Kenyan is now an active citizen. We're not being passive anymore. There's no room for apathy anymore. People are getting involved. They're standing up and they're making sure they're getting heard. And for me, if that's not a win, I don't know what is. Here's a song for all the Kenyans who are doing the thing, for all the Kenyans who are standing on business. Y'all are legends.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
The legend of the troubadour. It's the legend.
Even if the sun don't shine, I don't mind. I just light a candle. Even if my plans fall through, I hold on 'cause I like to battle. Even when it all falls down, down, down. Oh yeah. I keep my head high and wear my crown, crown, crown. Oh yeah.
All the things we've come to know, they have all been done before. Pay your respect to the greats. We stand on the shoulders of giants who have suffered for things we take for granted today. Though I make it look easy, it will never be easy. Put your work and do your time, everything will be just fine, and let the Lord do the rest.
Even if the sun don't shine, I don't mind. I just light a candle. Even if my plans fall through, I hold on 'cause I like to battle. Even when it all falls down, down, down. Oh yeah. I keep my head high and wear my crown, crown, crown. Oh yeah.
Big and I rebuke you, get thee behind. I have to keep my focus and clear my sight. Self-doubt and depression stay out my mind. I'm the legend of the troubadour. Lo and behold, there's an awesome sight of a man who was bold and he paid the price. Now the bones of his enemies trail behind. It's the legend of the troubadour.
Even if the sun don't shine, I don't mind. I just light a candle. Even if my plans fall through, I hold on 'cause I like to battle. Even when it all falls down, down, down. Oh yeah. I keep my head high and wear my crown, crown, crown. Oh yeah. Oh, do I struggle? Yes, I do. Get discouraged? Yes, I do. But I'll fight till I break through.
Yeah, it's the legend of the troubadour. Hey, come on. It's the legend of the troubadour. It's the legend of the troubadour.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
That was Chemutai Sage teaming up with Tetu Shani, giving you Legend. That is a dedication to every single Kenya who's standing on business, because that's what we'll be doing. Let's get into the threads. I know. If you are an active citizen like I am, your Twitter, it looks the same way as mine. Sitaite Yoki 2X, by the way. It's been Ruto must go. It's been Occupy MOH. Sa hakuna hata siku hizi hakuna nini. Do you feel like you're cheating, by the way? Personal question. Do you feel like you're cheating on Kenya when you talk about anything else? Like this last 3 weeks, that's how it's been. Me, I feel like when I'm having a conversation about something random, that excites me. I'm not saying it's bad, but I feel like I'm cheating on Kenya. I'm just like, yo, solidarity. Back to the fight, back to the struggle. But my Twitter has been all about the movement, the fight, the revolution that is currently taking a wave through Kenya. And yesterday, there was a concert that happened at Uhuru Park. I was there. Let me tell you, our time was hard. Woof. We danced, we sang. And I remember one of the most powerful moments that I experienced yesterday was when Eric Wainaina was singing Daima. And when the chorus came and everyone sang, and like you could hear, mi hata sijui kwenye watu walikuwa, but me I'm sure tulikuwa tuna sound kama kwaya ilikuwa imerehearse for 3 weeks. Tulikuwa tuna sound ni kama watu ambao tumekuwa tukienda vocal lessons, because it was very passionate. It was very, like you could feel the emotions of the people as they were singing and the belief that they had in those words. So for me, I was just like, this is absolutely beautiful. I am loving how Kenyans are just taking initiative, and it's not, hakuna kufosiwa. Ni mtu anasema, mimi niko hapa because this is what I believe in, because I feel we could do better, and I love that. I've really, really been loving that. So, like I said, my social media, in terms of when you go through the threads, those are the conversations that are happening right now in the country, and I love how informed people are. I also love the fact that Kenyans are holding these politicians accountable. There's politicians who are starting to come back online with the pretext of like, they're acting like, just acting all oblivious. And I love that people are pointing things out. This morning, I saw a bunch of tweets asking Ababu Namwamba to share the list of every single person who's going to the Olympics. Everyone. Because wamezoea wanakuanga na hizo tabia za, they will leave behind team members, but someone's clandestine will be there on the plane wearing Team Kenya. By the way, can we also just discuss how ugly those outfits are? I'm like, Haibo, with all the talent we have in this country, there's even someone who shared the mock-up that they submitted for the uniforms for Team Kenya. Let me tell you, her mock-up looks absolutely stunning. I'm like, hata kama ni yeye peke yake alikuwa amesubmit, mimi ningekuwa like, hey, this makes sense. It looks absolutely stunning. But the option that these people choose, and then not just that, it's also the fit, like the way, the construction of the garments did not make sense. It's ill-fitting. Ni kama sijui walipewa fabric wakaambiwa lazima yote iishe. It looks very off. So I love that, one, politicians are not being given a stage to speak anymore. I love that Kenyans are reclaiming their spaces. You see, like even yesterday at the concert, no politician was allowed to speak. No preacher was allowed to speak. It was about the people that passed on. Artists performed. And I love that there's someone who shared something that I found to be so powerful. And they said that joy and gratefulness is also part of the resistance. We have to take pockets of joy as much as we are fighting for our freedom, let's call it what it is, as much as we are in this fight to reclaim back our country, to reclaim back the institutions that are supposed to be helping us, but what are they doing? Dololo, they're just eating money. Watu wanaenda kazi yao tu ni kubeba mapesa hapa waende kujenga apartment buildings and whatnot. We will not stand for that anymore. We are, as citizens of this country, people have decided we are taking this country back. We are going to be involved in every single thing that happens. We need to know, where is this money going? How is this money being used? Who is benefiting from this money? And basically, that's what my social media has been looking like. Mimi, and I love it. By the way, I'm not complaining. I love it. I love that people are sharing information with each other. I love that. I'm like, in the last 3 weeks, Every Kenyan has learned the constitution. The last 3 weeks. That constitution, says it tunazaenda hata tuta recite. And I love also that access to information is being made easy. People are using... I saw a tweet by Giuliani this morning that said the thing that makes this movement work is because everyone is giving the skill that they have. Everyone is offering what they have. A doctor says, Mimi, I can doctor. I will come treat you guys. An artist says, Mimi, I can sing and give people vibes. I'll come do that. A designer says, Mimi, I know how to design things. I'll come and give you that. Everyone is offering the skills that they have. And that is why it's making it so powerful. Everyone is contributing what they have. So no one feels like, Mimi, hata sijui nifanye nini. No. You just come in and you're like, Mimi najua kuimba. I'll come sing for people when they're doing maandamano. I'll come sing for people when they're occupying. That's what I love. That is what I love. So keep the fire burning. Continue being defiant. Yay to defiance. I love it. Let's keep doing this. Here is Nubia. We are Nubia with Nico Sawa.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Usicomplicate mambo, weka feelings zako kando. Tulifanya hivyo jana, hakuna kitu tuliagana. Hizi ni gani umeanza, unanihanda, unanipata. Nilidhania twajibamba, hisia zako zikakupanda. Ole wako, kupendana na wewe hiyo vako. Weni sample, ligi yangu haufiki bado. Kila mtu na wake, mimi niko sawa kivyangu. Kila mtu na wake, mimi niko sawa kivyangu. Niko sawa. Singola niko sawa, niko sawa. Singola niko sawa, niko sawa. Singola niko sawa, niko sawa. Singola niko sawa kivyangu. Moyo wangu uliugua sana, mapenzi kanitesa. Nikaamua nijipende kwanza, nijitilie pamba. Kucha kwa mkono na miguu, tia marashi, jipeleke pati. Hii Februari sina mtu, sipati maua, sipati kitu. Pole kwako, najipenda na kuweka kando. Weni sample, ligi yangu hujafika bado. Kila mtu na wake, mimi niko sawa kivyangu. Kila mtu na wake, mimi niko sawa kivyangu. Niko sawa. Single na niko sawa, niko sawa. Single na niko sawa, niko sawa. Single na niko sawa, niko sawa. I need you, and you need to, we need to, Sikiza moyo wangu, nimesha jipa utulivu ndani ya roho, umeshanipa. Na candle tumewasha na stima tumezima, na pale unapotaka kwenda We need to find out where we are, 'cause I wanna be more than a friend. I wanna be more than a friend. I wanna be more than a friend. I wanna be more than a friend.
Yeah. Tunacheanza tu vi harmless hapa tujiforce. Unasacha moko happy and lost. Ni nini yo smile itakos. Ni show before ni think happier thoughts. Love ina power ata army high stop. Sisemi haiduka usimami across. Kamsalaba naka unanja history itaanza na itaisha na do kasa ufalada. Soka uko rada sana utaanza kuona tu struggle. Atuko 5 star but tumetravel. Twende tukasimame mbele ya iPhone. Wakiona lifestyle wana na try though. Ukitoka sina kumisi na bag of tricks ya kujitoa. Niko kwa fix una macho fit na zoo show sailo uko lit. I hope zikushow kuja commit.
We need to find out where we are, 'cause I wanna be more than a friend. 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 Ile siku tulimit, tulipatana ndani ya mapinganya. Nilikucheki, nikatamani hata tungejuana. Chini jue upiga luku, na vile woni tunijo niko mandukulu. Chini jue upiga luku, na vile woni tunijo niko mandukulu. Simeshika, umeniweka ndani futi 6. Ni kama mbegu mimi tachipuka, na ningependa unipe fursa. Tiririka, niko na feelings leo za mwakika. Kuna mavitu sitakianika, na nimechoka sana kujificha. We need to find out where we are, 'cause I wanna be more than a friend. I wanna be more than a friend. I wanna be I wanna be more than a friend. I wanna be just a wanna be. I wanna be more than a friend. Just a wanna be. I wanna be 'cause I wanna be more than a friend. Just a wanna be. I wanna be more than a friend. Just a wanna be. I wanna be more than a friend. Just a wanna be. I wanna be more than a friend.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
That was Nyashinsky and Savara, More Than a Friend. Me, I'm looking for more than a friend, by the way. Kama tunataka kutuma applications. Sijui zinatuma wapi, but ntafute. Find me. Let's get into the papers today because, it's of importance. I am looking at, which paper is this one now? The Standard. I usually, on Mondays, I notice that I gravitate towards the health and science section that they have. One of the stories that I'm seeing they're highlighting today is about breast cancer. So they're talking about, is it breast cancer, fibrocystic, mastopathy, or benign nodules? Nikonja. Okay. So it's a story about like breast lumps and how you can tell, because sometimes when people have lumps and you don't know how to tell what it might be, and the one thing that everyone talks about is always breast cancer. So when you feel a lump, you just immediately think, oh. So they're just talking about how it can be different, a different type of lump. So that is on page 2 of the health and science bit. They're also talking about tips for healthier choices in terms of snacks at the bottom of that same page. And on the next page, they're talking about multivitamins and how studies show that popping these pills has no long-term benefits. So all the over thatties who I'll always go on the multivitamin trip. Maybe you can look at that and see what the health and the science of it is about. Then there's a lot of politicians talking, as usual, in the papers. The front page today, at least, it talks about the concert that happened yesterday, and in honor of the lives that were lost during the protest, the lives that were so brutally taken away, because that's what that was, by our systems, because it was, every single death, every single injury, everything that has happened in the last 3 weeks, all that pain was caused by the police. It was not the protesters. The police were the ones shooting at people, hitting people. So, yeah. I like to pay attention to language. It's very important to me. Again, more politicians talking, and we really do not care. Okay, Mimi, I've never cared about what politicians have to say, because where I stand, they never want the best for us anyway. They're self-serving, and that's what their lives are about. There was a memorial that also was held yesterday in Mombasa, Uhuru Garden in Mombasa. Some youth went there. They lit candles again. The same theme. The idea was to commemorate those that lost their lives. So mimi nilikuwa Uhuru Park. So at Uhuru Park, let me tell you, the scenes were beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful scenes. I think I'm on a page here. It's the other one now. I don't even know which paper. It's the same one. It has 3 stories that all talk about Gen Z. And something that I've noticed during this fight, let's call it that, is the use of the word Gen Z. When they started referring to the protesters as just Gen Zs, they were using it as it's like a slur, right? It was trying to downplay the particular group of young people, right? Because ilikuwa zile za like, when people talk about Gen Zs sometimes and they don't talk about them in good lighting. So that's what was happening as well. It was about, they were saying it like they were speaking down to them. It's like, these 2 people. And now, because they started it, now they can't stop, because now it's like, hey, people are just like, hey, we are Gen Zs and mtadu. So now it's been flipped, and I love that. It's like that thing of taking ownership of something. It's like when you think about the N-word and how African Americans or Black Americans have taken it, and they're like, okay, we will use it as a term of endearment. So it's the same thing that I've noticed. Like I said, I like to pay attention to language. Language excites me. Let's look at the other paper. I'm sure it has very similar things, but you should know that Faith Kipyegon shattered her own 1500-meter world record in Paris. Paris. Unaweza ita venye unajisikia. So yay, a win. I love that. I love to see women winning. It's always a good thing. And then here the MPs and state tenders and whatnot. We're back to the Sabasaba concert. Also, Sabasaba concert was it was a beautiful thing, because there's someone who I saw discussing this. They wrote a whole thread about it, and it was about how Moi worked so hard to erase the term Sabasaba, that it wasn't used. It was like, remember even like when they used to have curfews, it was because they did the importance of that day. And witnessing what happened yesterday, Sabasaba 2024, beautiful. Once people are awake, you can't put them back to sleep. Kenya will be forever changed because of everything that has happened in the last 3 weeks. Forever changed. Ministry finally releases cash to pay community health workers. Let me tell you, if you're wondering why people are occupying MOH, it's because of things like this. And then here we just have, I'm not saying Okay, but that's me. Mi nilikwambia, I'm not paying attention to what politicians have to say about what I really... their take means absolutely nothing to me. I told you, I do not trust politicians. When it comes to trust levels, if there are people I do not trust, definitely politicians. I think that's all I'm going to highlight from the papers today because, they give too much airtime to politicians anyway. We are going to listen to a bit of Polaris and we'll have Motoria and Muthaka as well. And I will see you on the other side. Not Muthaka, sorry. Motoria and Zenia Manase.
Power Radio. Tune in. Power up.
You deserve me. You deserve me. You deserve me.
So Fresh is on the beat.
I'm down to the ocean floor. You tell me where to go. I'm not afraid anymore. I am torn between my heart and yours. Can you smile like that once more? I can't wait to see what we explore. Siendi mbali, staki kesi, sijifanye unipendi, nimekupa hii nafasi, come tucheze na bahati. Me and you, what we'll do. Me and you, me and you, me and you, what we'll do. Me and you, me and you. Kubali ni ukweli, nionyeshe hizi stori za mapenzi. Kubali ni ukweli, nionyeshe hizi stori za mapenzi. Oh, you deserve me, what I'm saying, you deserve me. Minakupa hii nafasi, come tucheze na bahati. Me and you, what we'll do. Me and you, me and you, me and you, what we'll do. Me and you, me and you, me and you, what we'll do. Me and you, me and you, me and you, what we'll do. Me and you, me and you. I lost faith in finding me. I lost faith in finding meaning of all the songs I tried to sing, of all the songs I wrote to sing. Sometimes life could be so real, strangely heaven out of season. I don't believe in truth, but I do believe in you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
That was Made Up of Love. I love that song. I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again because great things deserve to be said multiple times. When I think of love, like what the song basically implies, it's that idea of love where sometimes there's people who it's not because of the love you've received that you know love exists. It's because of the love you give. So you're like, if I'm capable of loving like this, and this is on all fronts, right? Not just relationship wise, because I know sometimes when people think love, they only think in the romantic way, but it's the way you love your friends. So you're like, wow, like I'm capable of that. So that means other people are as well. Sometimes I don't know if there's people who ever sit around and think I'm a fluke. I have to be the only person who feels this or thinks this or, something like that. As much as we are all unique in our own separate ways, I think we are also all alike in a lot of other ways as well. And that's beautiful, Before that, we were listening to Polaris, Me and You. Me and You was definitely about romantic love. But Made Up of Love can be used. Okay, I know the song is about romantic love, but I think you can use it in different instances. Like right now, my love for my country. So I used to say I love Kenya, right? And I do. But then I'd have these moments where I'm like, it's not that you don't love something, but you have moments where you're really disappointed in stuff, right? You're just like, I cannot believe this. So for me, like, I love this country. And one of the things that I love about Kenya, there's so many things I love, away from the usuals, like the way it looks, away from the looks, because the looks we have an absolutely stunning, Kenya, she's gorgeous in so many different ways. And she's so versatile. She has everything. See desert, see ocean, see lakes, see waterfalls, see forests, like everything, right? But the thing that I noticed I love most about this country has to be the people. And it's how people show up. Yes, we have a few rotten ones, hawakosangi. There's always that one person. But it's how, for me, the things that I notice, it's how if you trip on the road, a bunch of people will say sorry. They don't know you. They're strangers. If you fall, a bunch of people will come and help you get up. It is how we say thank you for the randomest of things. For people just, like we're not stingy with, what are they called? The please, thank you. What's the other one? Sorry. There's usually, I don't know, they have a word. There's a word for them. I cannot remember it for the life of me right now. But basically, I mean, it's things like that where you tell a makanga thank you when you alight, ukifika kwenye unafika. You tell your boda guy asante. You go to the shop, you pay. After you're done, you say, aya, thank you. It's those things. And it's such a Kenyan trait because I have noticed, and I think it's interesting, when you hang around other people who are not Kenyan, they don't have that. It's like they'll say thank you, yeah. If like the bill is brought, it's like, okay, thanks, I'll pay. But as we say thank you for everything, you ask for food, they finish taking your order and you say, yeah, thanks, asante. They bring your food, you're like, oh, this looks really nice, thank you. You finish, you're like, we had a really good time, thank you. It's those things. Those are the things that make us Kenyan. Like their behaviors, mi sijui nani alitufunza, but maybe we picked it up in school. I don't know where it is because it's something that I think it's so normal for us because we're so used to doing it that we might not notice it. It doesn't stand out as much, but it's there. I love how Kenyans love Kenya. Where, like, if you think about how the government was talking about sending Kenyans to work abroad, and guys are like, no, we want to live and work in this country. We don't want to go work elsewhere. We love it here. And it's fascinating because I think maybe it's also a shift in generation. The generations before us, the dream was to not live in Kenya. They wanted to get the highest form of education possible and fly out and go live abroad, right? And you could even tell in terms of even how they had so many programs that were trying to fly people out, but they were never trying to bring them back and return those skills back home. But nowadays, it's not the same. I remember when I was talking about this on Twitter, and someone mentioned something, and they wrote it to me in Kikuyu, and they were like, I hope you can read Kikuyu. And I was like, trust me, I will be able to put it together. Don't worry. And it was about those conversations that used to happen back then, where it's like the idea of getting on a plane should excite you. So they were shipping off people because you want someone to be excited to go live amongst white people. You want someone to be excited to get on a plane and fly. And these guys are like, if I want to get on a plane, I can. I can go to LD. I can go to Diani. I can go to Atamu. It's not an exciting, it's not very enticing to tell me that, oh, you can go see white people. I'm like, they're all over Nairobi. I can go to the Alchemist and they'll be there. So it's not, you're not selling someone something that they can't find here. And so when you do the math, you're like, in truth, I would rather live and work here. I can travel for visits and stuff. I don't mind seeing the world, but I don't want to be uprooted from this country that I love. And that's one of the things that I also really, really, really admire about Kenyans. So keep loving on this country because, Mimi, I think we have ways to go, but I love that the journey has begun. And that's the most important thing. Here is one of my favorite songs, Enough by Kinoti.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Liquid is solid, of course.
You say you're too much, lakini sitosheki. Nikiendelea hivi nitableki, but I wouldn't mind. Juu vile ninacheki, stories zako nitawacha nikidedi, maybe. Na my boys wanisaka wanipati, ni mapenzi moto moto kila pande. Nikucheki toka Monday hadi Monday, I can't get enough of it. Na my boys wanisaka wanipati, ni mapenzi moto moto kila pande. Nikucheki toka Monday hadi Monday, I can't get enough of you. Uko ready, Jimmy niko ready, I can't get enough of you. Niseme nini, ndo niamini, I can't get enough of you. Uko ready, Jimmy niko ready, I can't get enough of you. Niseme nini, ndo niamini, I can't get enough, I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough, I can't get enough of. Wewe ndo my medicine, you're something from my movie scene. Just the touches, just enough, my daily dose of dopamine. Tell me unachotafuta, usinijenge ukuta. I can say again and again, I can't get enough of you. Na my boys wanisaka wanipati, ni wapenzi moto moto kila pande. Nikucheki toka Monday hadi Monday, I can't get enough of. I never get enough of you. Uko ready, Jimmy niko ready, I can't get enough of you. Niseme nini, ndo niamini, I can't get enough of you. Uko ready, Jimmy niko ready, I can't get enough of you. Niseme nini, ndo niamini, I can't get enough, I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough, I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough, I can't get enough of you. Now run to the finish line, give me your hand, I will make you mine. And I will run to the finish line, give me your hand, I will make you mine. And I will run to the finish line, give me your hand, I will make you mine. And I will run to the finish line, cause I can't get enough of you. Uko ready, Jimmy niko ready, I can't get enough of you. niseme nini ndo niamini. I can't get enough of you. Uko ready, jumi niko ready. I can't get enough of you. I'll never get enough of you. Niseme nini ndo niamini. I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you.
Like you care, like you care, like you care. I say like you care, like you care, like you care. Rangi ya mdomo kwenye shirt, nina uhakika ile marashi siyo yake. Bado yuaja kwangu kitandani, akitaka tubanane. Risiti kila kitu mbili, amejaa maalama kwenye mwili. Bado yuaja kwangu kitandani, akitaka tubanane. Anamlale, anamlala, na siyo siri, siyo habari. Anamlale, anamlala, wala fichi, siyo habari. Niliambiwa kupenzae atakuchiti hadharani. Niliambiwa kupenzae atakustiri hadharani. Jaribu kundanganya kama wanijale, kama wanijale. Jaribu kundanganya kama wanijale, kama wanijale. Jale, 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 jale. Jale, 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 jale. Like you care, like you care, like you care. I say like you care, like you care, like you care.
Hata saa ile sidanganyi, unasema mimi nadanganya. Utasikizaje masikio yako shazibana, macho yako yanaona vitu na kuna kitu nafanya. Hapo ndo tumefika na kuongelesha, nikiona unaona niko guilty, haimata kitu nitasema. Ndani ya roho inaumiza, nasikia wivu nikiona wale wanapendana bila kushukushuku sana. Ile inafaa vile unataka kufanya fanya leo leo, kana panda cheo cheo nipande, kana shuka basi nianze kutafuta stage ya mine. Yeah, jifanye kama una care pia, utaniamini uone vile na kuchange ya mine.
Jaribu kundanganya kama wanijale, kama wanijale. Jaribu kundanganya kama wanijale, kama wanijale. Jale, 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 jale. Jale, 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 jale. Like you care, like you care, like you care. I say like you care, like you care, like you care.
Never let you down, never will.
Sanaipenda shin to the chilla, to the chilla.
Anamlale, anamlala, na siyo siri, siyo habari. Anamlale, anamlala, wala fichi, siyo habari. Jaribu kundanganya kama wanijale, kama wanijale. Jaribu kundanganya kama wanijale, kama wanijale. Jale, 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 jale. Jale, 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 jale.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Sanaipei Tande with Nyashinsky there. Sana was at the concert yesterday and she performed for us. And let me tell you, hey, if there's a woman who is adored in Nairobi, okay, in Kenya, I don't know. Okay, acha ni discuss tu kwenye mimi najua. In Nairobi, it has to be Sana. And she's so deserving of that love. Sometimes I usually wonder, okay, this is acha tuingie kwa random thoughts territory. Sometimes I wonder if she ever has moments where, like, I'm imagining, okay, so even me, like, see, I have those down moments where I feel very low and I'm like, I don't even understand what I'm doing here and all the things. So I wonder, like, if she feels all the love that we have for her. And also to an extent, sometimes I wonder if if there's ever been a negative effect of that, where, because let's be honest, as I think as a country, we've put her on a pedestal. We've decided this. I usually tell people, I would marry her. Ningekuwa na pesa ya kumari sana, ningemuoa mimi. Like, that's how amazing I think she is, right? It's also, it's like, you want to be in that person's aura, because her aura is so genuine, it's so beautiful. And I remember watching, so she did an Engage talk, and I remember watching her Engage talk, and she was talking about some times where she was struggling in her life, like she'd lost her job, and like life was just not life in the way it needs to. And it's like those moments where you see the humanity of someone. Because sometimes I think as a country, when we see Sana, we see the artist, right? We see her voice, we see her artistry. But like in that moment when I watched her talk about her story and her journey, you see the person, because it wasn't about being an artist, it was just her living and what that looked like and what that experience was. So sometimes I'm like, we might forget when we look at people, we put them on pedestals, we might forget to see the humans in them. And remember to see the human in every single person that you come across. I was going to say something nasty, but I will hold my tongue. And I will say it in my head, because I don't want it to come out as I'm inciting people, because I'm like, yeah, there's certain people yenyewe, even if you try, you really can't see the human. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, your actions, the way you speak, I can't see it. Ninaanzia huko juu. Here's a song I really love. I've said this before. When I love a song, when I listen to a song, I'll play it like so many times. For some random reason, I went back to this song last week. Last week was a very emotional week for me, and it's due to everything that's been happening. And there's moments where I'd feel guilty when I felt like I wasn't doing enough to help. I felt like I wasn't applying myself enough. But as much as at the same time, in the revolution, it's hard work. It's a struggle. It's a fight. Like, and for me, it comes from that point of every day you hear someone else has died. In a day you have 4 funerals happening. I'm like, that's heavy. Very, very heavy. So I found myself going back to this particular song, and I listened to it over and over and over and over again. And then I realized I actually don't have it on our playlist. So I was like, we should have it on our playlist. So here is Sero with Kue. It's a very beautiful song.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Wanipigia sishiki, wanitumia ujumbe sijibu. Sijui ni kwa nini, I wish ningekuwa na majibu. I don't want to disappoint you, so I would rather avoid you. But believe me, I feel you, na ni kweli ninajaribu. Lakini moyo wangu huenda du. Every time I think of me and you, I'm afraid that I am going to love you, then later I am going to lose you. Moyo wangu huenda du. Every time I think of me and you, I'm afraid that I am going to love you, but I'm gonna try yeah, and give a chance brain goes 100 miles an hour. I think of everything that could go sour. My heart really, really wants this to work out, and I'm terrified of getting a blackout. Lord, forgive me, I have been running away from my true feelings, and it's time to stop being afraid and face my true self. Lakini moyo wangu huenda du.
Every time I think of me and you, I'm afraid that I am going to love you. Then later I am going to lose you. Moyo wangu huenda du. Every time I think of me and you, I'm afraid that I am going to love you. But I'm gonna try yeah. And give a chance, yeah. Utando lwa miluka, yeah. Kifuna ukuphumelela, I'm gonna try, yeah. Utando lwa miluka, utando lwa miluka, kifuna ukuphumelela, kifuna ukuphumelela, kifuna ukuphumelela, kifuna ukuphumelela, kifuna ukuphumelela, kifuna ukuphumelela, kifuna I'm gonna try for you. Cause I'm gonna try for you. I'm gonna give my love to you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
That was Cerro with Kue, and Kue means for you, basically. So it's like she says she's gonna try. She's scared of loving someone, but she's gonna try for them. So yeah, that's the story there. Okay, that's how us in the last 3 weeks tumekumbushwa how much we love this country. We are at the top of this hour now. In the second hour, as usual, we usually have a conversation. And today we are going to be talking about this particular revolution. But the conversation is going to be centered around leaving people behind and the fact that it's okay to leave some people behind. We can't carry everyone with us. So, yeah, we're going to lose some people along the way. And I am glad that in this particular instance, wameshaanza kujikata. Wameanza kujionyesha wenyewe. So we're already shedding off the dead weight, okay? That's what it is. You don't want to carry those people with you all the way and then they betray you kombele after the fight is like, unajua, it's like mmefika kwa doorstep. And then that's when they're like, yeah, by the way, guys. So that's the conversation we're going to be having today. But as usual, unajua ikishagonga saa sita, I have to give you a snack break. And, it's like, prepare yourself now for the conversation. So we are going to listen to MDQ, Sage, and a group of amazing young people, Motoria, who was at the concert yesterday. But then I'm giving props to everyone who showed up yesterday and every artist who showed up to perform, because that's their job. And it's back to that thing I was saying. Everyone is giving what they have, and the artists are like, we will come, we will entertain, because this is also necessary. It's needed. Like I said, in the struggle, rest, joy, laughter, all that is part of the resistance. So I will see you on the other side of For Lovers.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Sitting at the corner, me and Susie know we ain't got no worries. We are looking like the owners, sipping on Coronas, looking at the phone. All them pretty boys come and tell us how they want. Mambo ni kungoja, aki utangoja. Sinaga my time, saku waiting na be order. Planning how we want, discover the walks, riding on the drums and the clap and the bass goes boom. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. Shake it down like that. We at the corner. Me and Susie Norma. We ain't got no money, but we do it how we wanna. Minting our nails, checking our mails. All them pretty boys wanna have us, but they fail. Kim Tangoya, Leon Tangoya, Sai to Coax, Kunaga Zavioya. Running how we want, take over the walls. Riding on the drum and the clap while the bass goes boom. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way to go. Go and grab somebody, move your body, show somebody, be the way to go. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know. Now you wipe your waist, comme ça. And now you screw your face, comme ça. Exaggerate the waist, comme ça. Resuscitate the place, comme ça. Wow, allez, walk a 50-50, comme si, comme ça. Now allez, walk a 50 PSC, comme ça. Tuko tu, sa mdogo mdogo, yani, comme ça. Hallelujah, what you may even desire, comme ça. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way to go. Go and grab somebody, move your body, show somebody, be the way to go. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know.
Sunrise on the edge of the ocean. Is that where you get your magic potion? So sweet, it quenched all my desire. Light me up and ignite my fire. So out of touch. Just one touch. I've got this rush. You're too much. Pray you let me loose. Pray you let me go. Pray you keep me in your clutches. Let me know if it feels right. 'Cause it feels right. Don't stop. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. I never lose my focus. I'm looking out. Oh, you know what I like. I'm restless and I'm hopeless and there's no doubt. Caught up in your wave of life. Just one touch and I'm breathing underwater. I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. Oh, pray you let me go. Pray you keep me in your clutches. Let me know if it feels right. 'Cause it feels right. Don't stop. Oh, oh, oh. Don't stop. Keep me floating on the ocean, the ocean, the ocean, the ocean. The ocean. Pray you let me loose. Pray you let me go. Pray you keep me in your clutches. Let me know if it feels right. 'Cause it feels right. No. Pray you let me loose. Pray you let me go. Pray you keep me in your clutches. Let me know if it feels right. 'Cause it feels right. Don't stop. Oh, oh, oh.
ran into perfection. It was never my intention to fall in love again. I remember it so clearly. Akiniona nikipanic. I was never made for parties. She went ahead and held my hand. She said, life's too short, better shoot your shot. Kahukoredi basi kunywa shot. Nakoko sober then even better. Najua behutani hepa. She said, life's too short, so I'll shoot my shot. Yeah, I believe I was made for more. If I don't tell you, then I'll never know. I would rather tell you now.
I was looking for attention when she came in my direction. I wasn't looking for a good sign, no. I was tired of the drama till she opened her mouth. She spoke to my soul. She broke all the walls I'd built inside. Amenifanya nipende tena. VP siwezi sema. Amenifanya nipende tena. VP siwezi sema. Amenifanya nipende tena. VP siwezi sema.
Ended up talking about our observations, judging drunken people, vile tunapanga interventions. Machache nilisema, but I loved our conversation. Ilikuwa polite na bila ta pressure. Aura yake ni kama ya malaika. Nadhani sijatosheka, roho moyo mwili zote we imeenda.
Amenifanya nipende tena. Vipi siwezi sema. Amenifanya nipende tena. Vipi siwezi sema. Hey girl, don't run away with my heart. Don't make me go again from the start. Hey girl, I think I'm ready. When a man loves, anapenda kweli.
Maisha ni panda shuka, nimetembea mimi nimezunguka, na hii mto siwezi vuka bila we, nasinzia nikiwaza kila day. Kwanza bila pesa na kuanga na pressure, juu siwezi kutesa, lakini madam asoli napigana, vita nimepigana, miezi zinashikana. Hey.
Amenifanya nipende tena. Vipi siwezi sema. Amenifanya nipende tena. Vipi siwezi sema.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Welcome to the second hour of She Talks on Power Radio. My name is Muthoni Gitau. Today we are discussing the revolution and the fact that it's okay to leave some people behind. The reason I wanted to have this particular conversation, actually, acha nianze kwanza. I've wanted to say so many things about this movement, this revolution that's happening in Kenya, but one, we weren't here, and two, I was like, there's so much to say. I don't know where to start. But then I remembered I was having a conversation with my friend. We've been talking, and we were talking about centering and how very problematic people have suddenly started trying to center themselves in the movement. And unfortunately, most of them happen to be men. Well, all of them actually happen to be men. And I remember seeing someone talking about like, yeah, we're all involved and we're all taking different approaches. Completely okay. For me, the one thing I will not do is I will also, as much as we might be in the same fight for this one fight, I will not side with my oppressor. What I mean by that is this. We live in a society where we have a lot of misogynists and people who propagate harm to women and who teach people these things, and they host and they do all these things and talk about how women are less than and all this stuff. And yes, in this fight, some of them have been on the right side of history for this one thing. However, I am not going to forget that outside of this particular situation, you're a misogynist. I'm not going to forget that. So it was interesting how when people are hosting like the spaces and stuff, and then you see certain people getting all that sudden forgiveness. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. It's that idea of completely forgetting who some of these people are, right? For me, that's one thing I have to pay attention to. Secondly, we're talking about centering. So now they start centering themselves in the movement. And then they want to be my bad. They want to put themselves in the forefront as like quote unquote leaders. Yet from the beginning, we've noticed that this is a leaderless movement, right? And I wonder, after the events of, I think 3 days ago, when was the space supposed to be? Not supposed to be. When did the space happen? Friday, right? The space with the president was happening on Friday. And when that was happening, a lot of new truths started coming to light about people getting paid. Certain people who've been very vocal about the importance of the movement and the importance of all the things we do. And then suddenly these people, they jump ship because they're being offered things that maybe they've wanted more. And it's very sad that that happens. However, it's not a bad thing. Not everyone will make it to Canaan. Ni Canaan watu wanaendanga? Yes. Not everyone will make it to Canaan. Some people will be lost along the way, and that's completely okay, because then what that means, the people who actually make it all the way are the strong ones, are the ones who have the resolve. They're the ones who are 10 toes deep. Not the ones who are doing it because it's a trend. Not the ones who are doing it because they're hoping it's going to help them position themselves into politics, for instance. Not the ones who are thinking, oh, this is a good chance for me to be famous. Not the ones who are thinking, this is a good chance for me to prop myself up so that I'm also offered the monies and the positions and the whatever on this other side. That's why some people need to be left behind.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Weni manyanga, kwa yo manyanga, mi ndio manamba, kauko na team, naomba jezi, naomba mechi, si tukipatana, also I wonder, je unanyonganga, pia we ufanye kile mi hufanya, sema ukweli ndo tuwache kujifanya, tuwache kunyimana, nigea kidogo, nigei, kama rainbow, ukinipa leo pia nipe kesho, unigei kama rainbow, ukinipea leo pia nipe kesho. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Asali na kupenda sana, asali wangu. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Asali na kupenda sana. Asali salimia kina Zamzam, tuliona na mara yangu shot kiwa half time. Siku Siku zimeenda siku hizi niko handsome, hata minajua bado wewe uko matata. Dalili nilikuonyesha zaidi tukiwa shule ya upili, bado niko dizzy na my feelings nikalikali tangawizi, nimetafuta ngapi na sioni mwingine, oni mwingine. Sinikei kama rainbow, ukinipa leo pia nipe kesho. Sinikei kama rainbow, ukinipea leo pia nipe kesho. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Asali la kupenda sana, asali wangu. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Asali la kupenda sana. Oh, oh.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
That was Asali. By the way, I was fighting for my life. Yo, I don't know what was happening. Something was choking me, and then I realized it's because of all the screaming I did yesterday. So I'm okay now. I've drunk some water. Niko huku nalia. Nalia. No, I'm not crying because of the people we're losing in this movement, in this revolution, in this fight. No, they are not deserving of these tears. Tears can be shed for those who are fighting the people, not these ones who are just here being bought. Being bought. The thing that I find very sad in such situations where where someone is willing to betray the cause in exchange for a position, money, status, whatever, is that when these institutions don't work, because the fight right now, the fight is, can we have institutions that work? Sometimes, and I think I've said this before, it's the systems that need fixing. If we fix the systems and the systems work, then it does not matter who sits there because the system is working the way it's supposed to. So if these systems keep failing, right, if you're betraying the cause and the systems keep failing, they still affect you. You will still be affected by the same systems. And the problem with also selling yourself like that is that the moment that particular person you've aligned yourself with no longer has power, then you become irrelevant. That means you go back to, again, the same system that you are supposed to be fighting before. Utenda upate na kungoja bado. That's what happens. So sometimes when I see people do these things, it's very sad. Because yes, we say poverty is enemy. The enemy is poverty. We say chase the bag. But you also have to ask yourself, what's the cost? For me, I usually ask myself, what's the highest cost I'm willing to pay for the freedoms that I chase and the freedoms that I want, right? You have to ask yourself that. And if you're betraying the cause, at what cost, right? You'll be given the monies now. Right now, if you think about these people, their reputation is in jeopardy because we're like, now you can't be trusted with anything. And there's a particular individual who, unfortunately, after betraying the cause, he did this whole space thing where he was talking to people and he was like trying to explain himself. But the sad part was when he was questioned and he was told, today your friend was being buried. Your friend that was killed by this very system that you're now defending. He was being laid to rest. And instead of showing up for your friend and his family in their time of need, you chose to go side with the person who gave the order to have him killed. I'm like, when you think about that, and I could feel the pain in the person's voice as they said that. I did not join the space. I have found recordings after. By the way, I played my part when the other spaces were happening. I was reporting that thing like my life depended on it. Anytime it would pop up. Me, I didn't know by the reflexes zangu zinaweza kuwa that strong. I learned that day. So when you see people who you think you know, and then they start doing such things, what people don't realize is you also start doubting yourself. You're like, how did I not know that this is the type of person I've been dealing with all along? How is this news to me now? How is this the first time I'm seeing them for who they are or seeing this version of them? And my question usually is, are you willing to sell your values? Do you have, because for me, I'm like, when I see people do stuff like that, I'm like, it's because they have no values. It's not even a morals thing at this point. You don't have values. You don't have character. You're easily corruptible. So when you see people doing stuff like that, we can be grateful that we're eliminating them. They're leaving, and at least wanajitoa wenyewe, right? Because they didn't have the values that are needed to keep fighting this fight. They don't have that. Because if you can be danganyiliwad with mandazi na chai, right? Now imagine when they come, and if someone is willing to give you 10K and you abandon a cause, now imagine when other people come offering you, what else will you be willing to abandon for a higher amount of money, for a higher position, for more status? It is okay to leave some people behind because they would probably drag us if we carried them with us anyway, because we'd have to carry their weight. And you don't want to be fighting the fight, carrying your own weight, and having to carry other people's weight. It's okay to leave some people behind. What does that mean for the rest of us moving forward?
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Some days you feel like the world is on fire. Some days you feel like you're swimming and flying. Some days you wake up and you don't feel like you wanna chase what you don't see. But some days you feel like you're floating up high. So how about you try this time? Lifting up your head and sing out. What more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena kesho, nitaamka upya na nisonge, hata wakipenda kunivunja, mambo yakizidi unga, sitashindwa kujivuta. Kesho naamka upya, kesho naamka upya. Some days I know that you think of surviving, but you sleep and wake up and don't feel like fighting. But there's space in your soul to keep wanting more, to desire to soar. But some days you know that their words, they mean nothing. So how about you try this time? Lifting up your head and say, what more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena kesho, nitaamka upya na nisonge, hata wakipenda kunivunja, mambo yakizidi unga, sitashindwa kujivuta. Kesho naamka upya. Kesho. Na, 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 na. Ku, 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 ku.
Sophia. What you've been through and now who you are. Draw a silver line around your scars. It's the story of our ancestors. A blinding allure ya choma watu. Messages being spoke really Gitau. When you get up close, you control the mood. The further back you go, the better they look. Hiyo tattoo ni wazi kwa watu. Hiyo tattoo ina story tamu. Hiyo tattoo tells a tale you want to. Hiyo tattoo will always be you, dear. Body art, 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 body art. Tatau za dhahabu chora huko piko huku hina. Pretty girl, easy to see, but no easy to catch. With skin that shines like that. A blinding allure ya choma watu. Messages being spoke really Gitau. When you get up close, you control the mood. The further back you go, the better they look. Hiyo tattoo ni wazi kwa watu. Hiyo tattoo ina story tamu. Hiyo tattoo tells a tale you want to. Hiyo tattoo will always be you, dear. Body art, 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 body art. Hadithi hadithi bora, mjanje mjanje chora, sauti ya ngozi soma. They thought you that they had buried me, but didn't you know that I was a seed?
Everything God gave her. Think twice about who saved her. Good gracious, her eyes when she gazes. Her mind frames the nation. A body like waves, what she has, they crave. Her flavor, their favorite. That feminine, can't explain it.
Hiyo tattoo ni wazi kwa watu. Hiyo tattoo ina story tamu. Hiyo tattoo tells a tale you want to. Hiyo tattoo will always be you, dear. Body art, 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 body art.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
That is Crystal Asige, who no longer makes music. She's a nominated senator for Nairobi. And that song is Tattoo, which, yes. We are discussing the revolution, and we're at the point where, okay, fine, people are falling off. Now what? I think when you think about fights for freedom, right? Is that the oppressor will always try and find ways to end it prematurely. They will try and find ways to fight you from the get-go. So with this particular one, I feel like day one, again, walipuuza, because they thought, these kids, right? Because you're dealing with people who think age means wisdom, and we have seen that is actually not the case. We know it not to be the case. So after that, then what they do is they start looking for ways to tear you down. That's why they kept looking for. They're looking for leaders and stuff, and then you're seeing abductions, you're seeing arrests being done. some type of way. So that's like a fear tactic, right? So as the movement becomes stronger, because that's what's been happening. If you notice, it's like they would do something and then Kenyans would get pissed and then go like, now we're even more determined to make sure we show up. For instance, there was an address that was made by the president. I don't remember what day it was. And actually, he did a round table. It was a round table thing. And he was asked all these questions and his answers. So at that point, people thought, okay, maybe he's going to give us answers and stuff, right? But then the answers he gave made people very, very angry because he was still not acknowledging the deaths. And then it's like, how do you sit there and say things like, I commend the cops for the good job they've been doing. The job they've been doing is killing people. How do you go like, good job? But then at the same time, you're like, oh, I promised that there was going to be no police brutality, but we see it. There's videos of it. There's photos of it. I remember seeing a photo of a man standing with his hands raised. He's not moving, has no weapons on him, just a flag. And he's just standing with his hands raised up. And there's a cop with a kirungu. And he is swinging it so hard. So the shot is the cop has the nini in the air just about to hit him, and it's the swing. And that young man is just standing there with his hands raised. And this cop is just going to beat him. I'm like, when someone has raised their hands, they've already surrendered. If you're going to arrest me, just arrest me. You don't have to chapa me as well. We saw 185 people who got arrested, and lawyers were not allowed to go see them. They went to secure their release, but they weren't allowed to see them. And then when these guys were brought to court, they were limping, they were in pain because they'd been beaten. But then someone sits down and with all of Kenya watching says, but there's been no police brutality. Then what do you call that? What do you call that? People are limping, they can't walk, they've not been fed, they're being starved. There's kids, there were minors. So when you're looking at that, it's like the resolve becomes stronger. So that's what happens. You have to hold on to the people. You have to hold on to the cause. You have to remember why you're doing it. It goes back to personal initiative. What does this fight look like for you? 2, what does it mean for you? And 3, what are you willing to give? What's the price you're willing to pay? And also you can ask yourself, if I was to be bought, so that you see ni wapi umelegea, you call yourself for a meeting. Like, would you be offered $1 million bob and you go like, hey, by the way, guys, Kenya is fine as it is. What cost? Because it's going to work either way. On one side, there's people who've lost their lives. Someone gave up their life. Their life was taken. There's family members that will never see their people again. There's moms who will never see their kids again. So for you, when you show up, how far are you willing to go? And it's okay to say, Mimi, I'm willing to go as far as ABC. It's absolutely, like, it's understandable to say, I am willing to offer this kind of support. I am willing to show up in this particular way. I am willing to speak up whenever I see injustice happening. I am willing to call out any person I see being corrupt. I'm willing to call out a cop when I see them receiving a bribe on the road. I am willing to call out the makanga when he's trying to fill up the matatu to the brim. I am not going to participate. Because when we're thinking about accountability, there's layers to it as well. There's personal. We had a conversation about this when we're talking about responsibilities. And there's the personal, there's the social, where it's like within the community, and then there's, of course, the larger nation at this point. So you have to ask yourself the tough questions. And also, like, I think it's important to know why you're doing it. And I think that's the one thing I've loved about Kenyans. any single person you talk to, when you see the interviews, when you see the TikToks, when you see the YouTube videos, everyone has a reason as to why for them they're going to the streets, for them they're tweeting about this, for them they're making videos to educate other people. Everyone has a reason. Someone says, because this and this happened to my mom. I'm doing this because I finished school. I've done this and I was told education is whatever. I have not been given employment. I can't work. Someone will say, why are they appointing their kids into those offices? Why are they scrapping things like Linda Mama? Everyone has a reason, and we don't all have one reason. We have multiple reasons. So you have to remember what your reasons are. When it gets tough, when it feels like you're giving it everything, just remember what your reason is. And that you're not alone. This fight, you have a whole country fighting with you. And I'm like, it's been a beautiful thing to witness, honestly. Like, seeing shows in the streets. Shows are saying, we fought once and now here we are again. We can't go back to those days. You're seeing kids showing up. When you have those moments, just remember, this is bigger than you. It has so many of us, and everyone's fighting there alongside you. And people are fighting in their own ways, yes. People are fighting in ways that they know. There's someone whose act of defiance is walking around with a flag today. And today was very fun when I passed. So for me to get to the studio, I have to go through a road that leads to State House. And that road, it was very heavily guarded. They actually had water cannons there, which I was just like, me and Paka was like, when you guys are expecting something? What's that? Do you know something we don't know? Do you know something I don't know? Because that road had been blocked off from Arboretum, the junction of Arboretum Drive and Ring Road, and the Ring Road Kilimani one. But then now they've blocked it at Arboretum, and there's water cannons there. There's like a bunch of police cars. They've blocked the road, and people still need to go to that side. And then they said bodas are not allowed. So I was on a boda. And cars, even with cars, they're searching. People have to open their cars. You have to tell them where you're going. It's a lot. So it begs the question, what are you scared of? What do you think is going to happen? No one has been violent. Because even if people said they're walking to State House, they would walk to sit outside. They're not trying to come inside and kunywa the chai that you offer your guests. When you think of all the protests that have happened in this country, they're always so peaceful. Yesterday, think of the concert. The concert was very peaceful. It was fun. It was vibes. Why? Because the cops were outside. They weren't in there. Because if they'd been in there, they would have just started chaos. It was... And even when people left, let me tell you, it was so beautiful when people were leaving. Because people left just chanting. The moment people were told, we are done. The moment the music shuts down, we all want to get home safe. And that was the general consensus. Everyone was aware. All we want to do is we want to get home safe. But the funny thing is, I remember when I was arriving at Uhuru Park, and there were a bunch of cops there, and they all had rungus. And I'm like, why do you need rungus? We had our own security for the space where people were getting checked as they were coming in to make sure no one was coming in with any weapons or anything of the kind. And one of the other things is like there was no alcohol at the venue. No one was selling alcohol. There's people who came, they'd already kunywa where they were. They came in ready, buzzed for the buzz that they wanted. But no alcohol was being sold on the premise. Our vendors were there just vending their juices. The guys who sell at Uhuru Park were there selling ice cream and ice pop. The soda guys were selling soda. There was someone making shawarma, juice, right? And when the concert ended, people just walked chanting. They just walked into town. They get to Moi Avenue. There's a club there. And the DJ was like, I'm going to give you guys a show. He played the music and they danced in the street. You see, that's freedom. That's what people want. Just freedom to be, freedom to exist, freedom to live in this country. But you want to ship us off to where? Germany. To do what? To go be guards and maids and nurses. And we're not saying those are not good jobs. They're important jobs. But why don't you want us to build here? You keep telling us education is the key, but you keep taking more money away from education. Come on, surely.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Wengi wana uchungu walingiza baridi miujifanyaga danda sidhani sishiki lazima nitaprove chaguo langu mziki. The truth is that they really don't care everything about them faking when you're there. They be wolves in cheap clothing. People be pretending. The truth is that they really don't care everything about them faking when you're there. They be wolves in cheap clothing. People be pretending.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
One of the other things that I think is very important during these times is self-care, okay? When you feel you need to take a step back, and I mean a step back in terms of this is too much and I need a moment to breathe, do it. Because when you think of such a fight, it's going to be a long journey. Someone said it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So even in a marathon, the pace changes. You have to keep changing your pace, have to drink your water, wear your sunscreen, I hope. Me, if I ran a marathon, I'd have to wear my sunscreen. You will probably have you'll take those moments in between where you're trying to recharge. So that's completely okay, because also we don't want to lose people to the burnout of being super active, of doing the work, of being vocal, of, constantly being out there, getting people out of jails, because they're jails, not prison. Yeah, getting people out of jail. You don't want to burn out. So one of the things that's also going to be very, very important during this journey has to be self-care. Figure out what self-care looks like for you. What are the things that you want to take care of? Like, make sure you are constantly checking in with yourself to know where you are. Another thing that I think people should do during this time, as we keep moving forward and as we see things unfold, I would say the other thing that you also have to do is just open up and talk to people. I think it's also part of self-care, yes. But share your thoughts, share your feelings, share how you're feeling. I had a call with someone last week. I think it was last week. And it's during everything. And it was one of the days for the protest. But that day, a lot of things, it felt like life was happening to me, like I was not in control of anything. I woke up, I wasn't feeling anything. I was very numb. So I had this call with them, and I was explaining how numb I was feeling, and how I was like, I can't even hear my intuition. If there's one thing that usually communicates with me when I say, I want to do this, there's always like a sensation that I feel that tells me that's a yes or a no. And in this particular instance, I wasn't feeling that. I was not getting that feedback. And that scared me a bit because I was like, why am I not getting this feedback? This is how my body communicates with me. And I think it's probably because I was tired and maybe my body just needed the rest. Because I remember at one point when I went, switched off my phone, I put it on D&D so that I could see the missed calls afterwards. But put it on D&D, and then I just chose to watch a show that makes me laugh out loud. That was the intention. The only intention I had was I wanted to watch something that would make me laugh. Ha 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 ha. Like actually laugh. And that's what I did. And after that, I felt a bit better. So self-care is very, very important during this journey. And then keep checking up on people. Check up on your friends. Remind people that they're doing a great job when you see them. Remind people not to be quiet. Have people keep talking, because we will get tired, but it's to have to take shifts. We can't all get tired at the same time. Some of us get tired, others keep going, because that's the beauty of a big movement, right? So tuko like, hey, huku watu wakichoka, wengine wana pick up on this other side. Because it's in that solidarity, it's in lifting each other up that we'll be able to see this through, that we'll be able to achieve all the things that we want to achieve for this country. This is the first time that politicians are being held accountable, and they don't like it. They really don't like it. So, of course, they're going to try and fight back. I like that when these ones were if you're trying to make videos and act like nothing has been happening, people are calling them out. It's like, kwanza wewe na ulivote yes. And then we also have to pay attention to what else is being done. Because I feel like also this is the first time where we're all very aware of all the things that are happening at Parliament, the bills that are being tabled, all these things. For the first time, we are all very aware, because mostly these things, that they just happen chini ya maji. But it's because the people we trusted to represent us are not representing us. They're not representing what we feel like or what we want. So Kenyans are like, yeah, we're going to have to represent ourselves, because this is a show of no faith, right? This is how us were saying, we don't trust you to represent us because you've not been doing that. Because if you'd been doing your job, we would not be here. We wouldn't be here. So keep the resolve, keep the fight going. Tuko wengi. And I think that this country has changed forever. And not just this country. Everything that has happened in the last 3 weeks has also changed this continent forever. This is a wave. And a wave, it's like, it has the tides. There's the ups, the downs. Don't forget what the fight is about. Do not forget what this is about at any point, regardless of what happens. People centering themselves, people being people. These things happen. People being bought, people, whatever. Remember. Just remember that. Here is Personal.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Is that you? Baddest and the realest ones around me. Only want the realest ones around me. Everybody knows it's your so everywhere I go, they go. I had what you need. You had me and told me I should wait. You worship your friends. You lost me and now you lost your way. Every time, see you tryna hit me like on every line. How you fumble me, I hustle things so fine. And you weren't moving right, so you got left behind, yeah. Blow up like 4th of July. Got the crowd moving side to side. Watching me move, he hypnotized. I'm watching back, they know the vibe. So tell me how you feel. Don't take it personal, yeah. It could be worse, you know. Cause it's so plain to see. You want the fame, I know. It's not the same no more. So what's up? Looking in your eyes, I know it's tough, but I need to say this. I'm not here for you to play with. Where were you when I needed company? Did you wait on me? No. All I ever did was play
4th of July. Got the crowd moving side to side. Watching me move, he hypnotized. I'm watching back, they know the vibe. So tell me how you feel. Don't take it personal, yeah. It could be worse, you know. Cause it's so plain to see. You want the fame, I know. It's not the same no more. I need some air. I need some air. I need some air. I need some air.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
That was Beatty and Karun. I like that part where they say, I need some air. That's what we are telling Kenyan politicians. When they're home, we need some air. And then we can talk to someone else and have them take up that mantle. That's been our show today. I will see you back here on Wednesday from 11 a.m. through to 1 p.m. And then we'll have another fascinating conversation. We can have a good time, listen to some good music, some good Kenyan music, because that's where it's always at. My name is Muthoni Gitau. I will see you back here on Wednesday. And to end this, we're going to finish this with MDQ Kenyan Message.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Tangu ile siku tukuelect Aushkagi si moment tuwezi connect. Nimekuwa nikisaka an appointment. Nimekuwa nikisafa disappointment. Siku hizi sukwa naga koteli. Sisi maobao wewe lunch hoteli. Panganga na mapoti beli. Honey men, watch men. Wanakupangia wakikusalimia. Na we uwezi notice hata uwezi dhania. Siku hizi kanti yote venye kuna njaa. Kila mtu wanafikiria tu chapa. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Ni kama jungle sometimes mimi uwanda. Mbona sijaenda under. Ni kama jungle sometimes mimi uwanda. Mbona sijaenda under. Ni kama jungle sometimes mimi uwanda. Mbona sijaenda under. Ni kama jungle sometimes mimi uwanda. Mbona sijaenda under. Na wale wanadao ni 1%. Si uwaonaga siku ya kulipa rent. Sisi ukuwaga ndani ya predicament. Biggest spender, government. Unchurch officials. Na miracles are also artificial. Congregation wako so superficial. Wanataka ule Mungu mu beneficial. Unofficial, kitambulisho. Unaeza get in a few days. Unaeza get in a few ways. Unaeza get bila delays. Nowadays, usi hakuna madokta. Na gava ijali juu sisi wagonjwa. Tukienda private, tutapay. So ni obvious, nani anasay. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Ni kama jungle sometimes mimi uwanda. Mbona sijaenda under. Ni kama jungle sometimes mimi uwanda. Mbona sijaenda under. Ni kama jungle sometimes mimi uwanda. Mbona sijaenda under. Ni kama jungle sometimes mimi uwanda. Mbona sijaenda under. Hakuna do kama futa ya warabu. Lakini pia do kwa futa si ajabu. Venye kina Sepp Blatter wamepakua do kapu vekwa plata. Na venye sisi upendaga news. Na venye sisi upeaga views. My likes, my shares, kuji amuse. Na world affairs, my world issues. Siku hizi ni za social media. Modern, daily encyclopedia. Kufuata, hawa ma socialite. Wakienda, naija kusocialite. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Ni kama jungle sometimes mimi uwanda. Mbona sijaenda under. Ni kama jungle sometimes mimi uwanda. Mbona sijaenda under. Ni kama jungle sometimes mimi uwanda. Mbona sijaenda under. Ni kama jungle sometimes mimi uwanda. Mbona sijaenda under.
Power Radio.